Hello. I am Tracy Otsuka, creator of the Facebook group ADHD for Smart Ass Women and host of the podcast of the same name. I am going live on multiple platforms, so I'm going to be more generic as far as how I speak. First of all, I wanted to, I'm hoping that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I just wanted to wish everybody a start to a happy holiday season. Happy Hanukkah. You're right in the middle of it, right? And in truth, I'm being entirely impulsive here, but I'm hoping you'll hear me out and then join me. We are now in the holiday season, right? And what I know for sure is that in this season of light and laughter, there are a lot of people who aren't feeling particularly holly or jolly, right? And being smart ass ADHD women, we are struggling with, or we struggle with, right? The overwhelming pile of gifts, cookie making, and magic creating, which as women, we tend to be tasked with. Not fair, but it's true. So I decided that I personally needed something to ratchet up the joy. And I figured since you're my people, many of you might need it too, right? So, what I'm going to be doing is I am hosting a 29 gift challenge based on this book by Cami Walker. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the book in a second. But I did this 3 years ago when our ADHD for Smartass Women group was very small. I think we were probably under 100 members at the time. And we are now, I think we're at like 44,000 or maybe even more than that. I'm not sure. But I remember it was the best holiday, one of the best holidays that I've ever had. And I was talking to our amazing Catherine Rayford Holden, who runs our team of mods and admins for a big group. And a couple weeks ago, she mentioned that perhaps we should do something uplifting and strength focused that generates a lot of positive emotion. And so I told her that I would think about what we could do because I agreed with her. So that's another reason why I decided to do this. So today is Giving Tuesday. And we're going to kick off the 29-day gift challenge. But we're going to begin the challenge tomorrow on Wednesday, December 1st. But let's say you're watching this video and it's December 15th or even December 20th. Come join us anyway, because I'm telling you, with just a few days of this, your whole mindset will change. It's that good, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to give a gift away every single day. And I hope that you're going to join me to do the same, because the more smart ass ADHD women who get on this giving train, the more fun that this will be. Now, what I want to let you know is this is not going to lead to any of my programs or anything that I do. It is simply to ratchet up the holiday spirit and feel more joy. And what I know for sure is if you feel more joy, then I feel more joy. Now, you might have a gift list that rivals Santa's, but these gifts, they're going to be different. Sure, you can go to the store and buy a gift. Those count. But I also want you to focus on gifts of yourself. For example, the gift of giving a heartfelt compliment, calling someone that you haven't talked to in a long while, the gift of volunteering or writing a thank you note. Do people even do those anymore, right? You can pay the toll for someone behind you when you're crossing the bridge. You can pay someone's coffee order in the drive-through. You can pick up someone's lunch tab. So I want to let you know the story about Cami Walker and 29 gifts. Again, it's 29 gifts, how a month of giving can change your life. It was a New York Times bestseller. And the story of Cami was, at the time, she was 33 and she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And sadly, this was 1 month after she had just been married, and she was devastated. As you can imagine, she was feeling really sorry for herself. And this had been going on for a good 2 years. She had basically given up. All she was doing was focusing on everything that was bad, everything that was not working in her life. And frankly, I think she had good reason to feel that way, right? And the deal is she had been complaining about her symptoms for a good 10 years, but doctors kept telling her it was psychosomatic, it was all in her head. Does that remind you of any of us and maybe some of our ADHD journeys? Yeah, probably, right? So Cami was in so much pain, which I guess is unusual for multiple sclerosis. I didn't know that. So they had her, because she was on so much pain, they had her on so many painkillers that she had to check herself into the hospital for an 8-day detox. And before she went in, she called a neighbor of hers by the name of Mbali Criezo. And Mbali Criezo was or is an African medicine woman. She worked at the Institute for Health and Healing at California Pacific Hospital, which I think is in San Francisco. But I think Mbali and Cami at the time, they were in the East Bay, and I think they were in Oakland. So anyway, Mbali had helped shape this program at the Institute, which married Western and alternative medicine. So this wasn't just no one, right? This was a woman who knew her craft. So anyway, Cami gets on the phone with Mbali and she's crying. And of course, she's lamenting her multiple sclerosis. And Mbali says to her, Cami, I think you need to stop thinking about herself. And as you can imagine, Cami gets even more upset. So I'm going to read you a little excerpt from this book. Thinking about myself, I howl. I start in on her about what a wreck I am, what a wreck my body is, telling her I don't have room to think about anything except myself right now. I know that's the problem, Mbali says. If you spend all of your time and energy focusing on your pain, you're feeding the disease. You're making it worse by putting all of your attention there. Cami, she says, you're falling deeper and deeper into a black hole. I'm going to give you a tool to help you dig yourself out. I have a prescription for you. I want you to give away 29 gifts in 29 days. Cami blinks and she considers this for a moment before deciding it's stupid. For one thing, she's going into the hospital for 8 days. How can she give anything away there? Mbali continues. Healing doesn't happen in a vacuum, Cami, but through our interactions with other people. Giving of any kind is taking a positive action that begins the process of change. It will shift your energy for life. I love this book. Just even reading the prologue, it just makes me happy. So what Mbali was saying, we know to be true, right? What we focus on just gets bigger, right? And bad is stickier than good. I think and it's not just for our ADHD brains, it's for all brains, but it's especially for our ADHD brains. I think it takes us 5 good things to counterbalance one bad thing, right? And with our ADHD brains, what we often focus on is what isn't working rather than what is, right? We're so in our heads, which is why we often can't retrace our steps. Has that ever happened to you? You lose something, you can't find it, you're walking all around looking for it, but you can't even retrace your steps because you were so in your head rather than in your body when you lost it, right? So you don't even know where you went. So with 29 gifts, what we're doing is we're getting out of our heads and we're getting into action, okay? There's no voodoo, there's no magic, there's no woo around this. Quite simply, when we focus on the positive, what happens is we see more positive. So as I said, we're starting tomorrow on December 1st. We're going to end on December 29th. I think it's a great way to end 2021 and start 2022 with a bang. So let me just give you some of the rules really quickly. If you hear a little, meep, meep, it's my little pupper over there sleeping and dreaming. So cute. Anyway, we're going to start the day with each day with a short affirmation. I hate the word affirmation. It just sounds so So we're going to start the day with a short phrase. How about that? And it could be something super simple. I usually start out with today I give with joy, which kind of sounds a little wooey too, right? Today I give with joy. But that's what works for me. This is the deal though. Remember, for our ADHD brains, what works for you doesn't work for me. What works for you might not work for me and, everybody else. So pick something that you feel comfortable with, but it's something that you're going to say every single day when you wake up, right? because that's going to kind of get your mindset into, oh, yeah, I'm giving today. So, what we're going to do is we're going to give 29 gifts over 29 days. And the gift can be anything from spare change to food to, let's say you have some sweaters and coats that you're just not using, right? And they're perfectly good. A kind word, it can be a kind thought. Of course, it can be a physical gift. It can be your time. It can be a smile. Now, this is one of the deals or one of the rules. If you forget one day, you have to start over. So let's not forget one day because that would not be good, right? If you're feeling, unmotivated, you realize, oh my God, it's 11:50. What am I going to do? Just give a really simple gift. Call a friend, write a quick note, just something that will keep you going. One of the gifts also has to be something that you don't think you can live without or something that you feel is scarce in your life. So on day 6, what Cami lets go of she gives away her perfectionism. Does this resonate with any of you? Yeah. So what she was doing is letting go of her old perfectionistic way of being. And of course, that was a gift to herself, but it was also a gift to others, like her husband, right? My husband would love if I did that. And I'm trying. I'm a recovering perfectionist. So the prescription, the 29-day prescription that Mbali gave her, also involves, and this is important, noticing the gifts that you receive from others every single day. So the kind word, someone who happens to pick up your lunch tab, loving, kind thoughts from your family. What are we doing here? It's mindfulness, baby, right? So this is a really important component of 29 days, and you have to write them down, right? So whatever gifts you receive, they need to be written down as well as the one gift that you give. You want to notice 3 things that you're grateful for every day. So these little gifts that we get every day, but we don't notice them, we want to start to notice them, because what's going to happen is you're going to start to see all the gifts that you're getting back from others every single day. And so what we've done is we've created a simple 29-day journal. It's literally 2-page PDF, and you can download it at tracyotsuka.com/29 gifts. Now, if you go to that link right now, my site is down. It's not just my site. It's the company who I use, Kajabi, and they're completely down right now. So I tried to go on, and then I thought, you know what, maybe I should just wait and do this, but nope. Whoops, no perfection, right? So it's not live right now, but it should be live hopefully within the next hour or 2. Okay, one last thing, so we can see each other's generosity in action, because whatever we focus on just gets bigger, right? So if we can do this as a group, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. What I would love for you to do is tag me. I'm going to be doing this on Instagram, and I'm going to be doing this on my Facebook page. I will not be doing it in the big Facebook group because there are so many thousand, posts that go up there that it would just totally get lost. Okay. So it'll be on my Facebook page and it'll be on my Instagram. Please use the hashtag 29 Smart Ass Gifts. And what I want to do is I want to highlight some of your gifts in my stories and posts over the next 29 days so we can just kind of build this joy, right? So this is the deal. There is never a day that you don't give. There are only days that you don't acknowledge and remember you did. And there is also never a day that you don't receive gifts. Mindfulness, right? What we are going to be doing together here is mindfulness. We are going to pause. We are going to slow down, and we're going to notice the gifts that are in our lives every single day. So again, come join me on my Instagram at Tracy Otsuka, or my Facebook page, which is at Hey Tracy Otsuka. You can download our 29 Gifts Journal when the website is back up at tracyotsuka.com/29 gifts. And let's get the joy back into this last month of the year. Okay. Please join me. I'm really excited to be doing this. And all I can tell you is that when I did it 3 years ago, it changed my whole attitude about the holidays. I am not a big gift person. I've never really given a lot of gifts to my kids. I'm much more about the experiences than the stuff. And I think I was born that way. And so it's almost like I feel resentful that I have to buy gifts unless I have tons of time to think about them and get this perfect gift for that perfect person. And it really means something to me because I know I'm giving them something they really need and they really want. But unfortunately, when you're buying all these gifts during the holidays, it's just really hard to do that. And every year in January, I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep this running tab. And when I think of something for someone, I'm going to, write that down. And then you know what happens. Yeah. Follow through. Anyway, have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you in 29 gifts. Okay. Bye bye.